Welcome everyone to this channel about SimCity BuildIt. This trick explains what acronyms are, which ones are used in the game chat, and why they are a trick in the game. It's simple, it's good, it's quick. Stick with me to see what it's all about. My name is Atlantis. I belong to the Isla Atlas Club. This is trick 171, the first basic trick of the chat. Yes, the chat has so many tricks to dedicate the whole category 7 of the tricks for that, just for chat tricks. First of all, the acronyms are words formed by the composition of others. I say this in case someone does not know what an acronym is, although I am sure that in your life you use them daily. Why the use of acronyms is a trick? Because acronyms give a lot of advantage when expressing yourself in SimCity. So it is very competitive, especially in club wars, although extensible to almost all disciplines of the game and that require communication with your teammates. Look, a major shortcoming of SimCity BuildIt is undoubtedly its chat, which is very particular, of course. You will see that there are many tricks for the chat and some advanced ones, but I will show them as the channel progresses. You will see how interesting these tricks are. Well, the SimCity chat, what I say, it is very mediocre, very slow, and with a very bad corrector. In the sense that, at least in Spanish, it makes a lot of mistakes and censors completely innocent words. Anyway, look, being fast in communicating with the rest of your clubmates is very useful in the game. The tricks in the chat are especially advantageous in languages other than English, although almost all the tricks are valid in English, of course. And this one, of course, is. What acronyms are used in SimCity? Here I do remember the members of my club who have been inventing acronyms, or at least most of them. The first acronym we should know, and which is used a lot, is EAA, or better yet, EA, which means enter and advise. In Spanish chat we use EYA, which means the same thing. What it means is enter my city and let me know when you are already there. It is very useful when you want to give a product to someone but you have a promotion. To avoid that someone else outside the club takes it, the one who wants to give it writes it in the chat to avoid having to write enter my city and let me know when you are there, because it is a phrase that is used a lot to write it over and over again. For example, I asked for 2 watermelons. A colleague wants to give them to me, but he has other products in trade depot with promotion. So what he says to me is EA watermelons. And then I know he wants to give them to me, but I have to go to his city first and let him know that I am already there to wait for him to give them to me, so that there is less risk of another gamer taking them. Once I am in his city, I put in the chat I am or already or a simple in. In short, whatever indicates to whoever wants to put them to me that I am ready to take them. And then he puts them to me and I am quick to buy them. This acronym was invented by Braavos and me many years ago, and we use it until today. As I say, it's really useful, and it also has its associated graphic symbol. If you want to see what it is, see trick 172. Another very important acronym is BUS. BUS stands for Buy Me and Sell Me. Here is an example. I have put some paints in my trade depot and I didn't put promotion on them, so they have stayed in my trade depot. There are many tricks to come about this, and now I want to get them back. So I need someone from my team to buy them and sell them to me to get them back. This is what BUS is for. Idu. In the chat, you put BUS paintings, please. And then someone will help you by buying the paints and selling them in their trade depot so that you can get them back. It is an act of fellowship between gamers, and it is very useful in many situations. Normally you put the same price as you had on the sale. This acronym was invented by Cielos y Estrellas, and we use it a lot. It also has its correspondence in the graphic chat, the same as the acronym EA. So I urge you to see that trick, the 172. and that I will leave in the description as always. Another acronym is SI. You have already seen it in a past video, but I will explain it here. It is also a very used acronym because it refers to storage items, that is cameras, locks and bars. In many occasions you want to refer to the storage items, and instead of putting all the words, we put SI and we understand each other perfectly. We save writing, which is the important thing. An acronym similar to the previous one is WI. WI stands for War Items. When you mean war items, rubber docks, anvils, ammunition, and so on, we refer to them as WI. In this case, I think this was a bit of a catch-all for this acronym, if it was proposed by someone in particular. The truth is that I don't remember it, and I'm sorry I don't mention it. And if you tell me, I will clarify it in the description, of course. Another acronym is Purples. The Purples are the war simoleons, and the truth is that referring to them as war simoleons in the chat is very tedious. So we refer to these coins as purple, which is shorter, and is very well understood. In Spanish it makes even more sense because the words are longer, so it becomes especially important, but in English as well. This convention was proposed by Nubba, and we all agreed. It is very easy to write. And now come some war acronyms. They are very important to understand, although there will come another trick about international acronyms, which are more specific to war. But, well, let's see some acronyms that we usually use. The first one is a simple letter P. P refers to the pump booster, or accelerator as we usually call it in Isla Atlas. In Spanish, we use AC instead of P because the pump booster is usually called accelerator. The second is the letter V, and the V comes from vampire. From the booster vampire? Both the pump and the vampire, we usually put a number attached to them indicating the level of the booster. For example, if we want to refer to a level 3 pump, we put P3, or if we refer to a level 2 vampire, we put V2. Another war acronym, which I'm sure many already use, is JP, an acronym for the jackpot booster. As the other boosters are rarely used in chat, they do not have an acronym or the full name is used. Well, another important war acronym would be the letter E for energy. It indicates the energy available normally, and we usually put a number before the E to indicate the energy available. If we have 8 energy, we put 8E. If we have 3 energy, we put 3E. And if we have full energy, we usually do not put 12E for full energy, although it is also understood. We put FE for full energy, or right full. These are just conventions, but they are really useful. You can adopt any of them or adapt them to your club or your language. Before I continue, I hope you find it useful, which I'm sure you will. Give me a like if you liked it. Subscribe and hit the little bell to be notified if there is a new video on the channel. And if you want to see the private videos more special, become an exclusive member of the channel. I tell you the last two acronyms, which are the simple letters T and B. Both refer to the same thing, the rival city. It is always accompanied by a number before or after, usually before, but some put the number after, but we understand each other exactly the same. The T comes from the word top, and the B comes from bottom. On many occasions, we face an opponent with cities that use characters other than Western characters, such as Cyrillic or any of the Asian characters, so we can't name those cities. So what we do is to say, the fourth from the top, in the chat we will put 4T. Or the eighth from the bottom, we will put in the chat 8B. So it is very easy to refer to a rival city, and we use it quite often. In Spanish, moreover, the same letters are used in almost everything so that there is no confusion if you visit clubs in other languages. There are some more acronyms, but I think the most important ones are here. If you join the Isla Atlas club or any of the associated clubs, you will find them very often. If you belong to another club, you will see how useful it is if you share it with your fellow members and communicate using these acronyms. See how efficient it is to talk in the chat using acronyms. I hope you like this new way to be more competitive in SimCity BuildIt. See you all at SCBI. Greetings to all.